Welcome back to the SAE Today show here on the SAE 12 network. I'm your host, Tyler Hopping. We are halfway through week 10, and boy, am I ready to talk some football. We've had an exciting week of football so far, and I'm here to bring you all the updates. Taking a look at the standings halfway through week 10, with 4 weeks left in the regular season, Wally State and St. Bagman are projected to face off for the conference final at the Rose Bowl. St. Bagman is currently nationally ranked at number 21, climbing 2 spots this week after an undefeated Lime Tech fell short to Ashton Gianti and Rome U. In the first matchup of the week, we had the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors going up against the Clay Tech Predators. And the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors showed the Predators who the real Predators are, winning 38-9. For the Clay Tech Predators, their quarterback Michael Keene had 186 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and threw 14 for 31 with a 45% completion rating. He currently leads the entire nation in interceptions thrown. Running back Malik Sherrod on the day had 15 carries for 66 yards and the only touchdown for the Clay Tech Predators. Wide receiver Raylan Sharp had 2 receptions for 54 yards. In the next matchup of the day, we had the Winterfell Dire Wolves taking the K-Town Hammers to Hammertown with a final score of 40-13. Winterfell had another Heisman performance out of Heisman finalist Demond Claiborne with 33 carries, 184 yards, and 5 touchdowns. QB Hank Batchmeyer threw for 285 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and had a QBR of 219. Wide receiver Deuce Alexander caught Hank's 1 touchdown and had 6 receptions for 169 yards. K-Town's QB Zevi Eckes had 107.3 rating with 214 yards thrown, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, while running back Javensky Clint Baker ran the ball for 11 carries and 41 yards. Wide receiver Cooper Mathers had 6 receptions, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. Some drama unfolding in Pensacola last night on the campus of Clay Tech University, as head coach Clayton Myers was caught in a viral video drinking and partying with their students. Wow, this comes right after their devastating 38-9 loss to 4-4 Hawaii. You start to wonder, is it time for a coaching change at Clay Tech University? Fan Hudson Regula had this to say about it. He commented, at Clayton Myers, partying right after a loss? Sell the team. Both coach and his girlfriend, Allie Sweeney, sister of Snow Bunny Sydney Sweeney, were not pleased with the comments made by Hudson and had this to say about it. Clayton Myers responded and said, at Regular Hudson, you've never won a game in your life. No ball knowledge. And girlfriend Allie Sweeney comments, at Clayton Myers, got him. Seems like Myers and his camp need to get their priorities straight as they have a tough matchup coming up this week against Air Force. And Hudson, if you're listening to this, we would love to have an interview and get some more comments. Remaining matchups this week, we have 2-6 Rome U going up against 3-4 Xi City. Xi City currently has a 3-2 in-conference record, where Rome U has a 2-3 in-conference record. Very similar average points per game, Xi City with a slight edge at 28.6 points per game versus Rome U 27.6. Both are tied with 27 touchdowns on the season. Some key stats we have coming from Rome U: running back Ashton Gianti with 757 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 95 yards per game on the season, and QB Malachi Nelson with 2,247 passing yards and 19 touchdowns on the season. For Xi City, their highlight is QB AJ Duffy, who's had 1,960 passing yards on the season and 17 touchdowns. Xi City is going to need a big performance out of AJ Duffy here against Rome U. Currently, Xi City is the favorite with a money line of -150 and the spread of -1.5. The current over-under for the game is 56.5. Our next matchup is streaming live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the SAE 12 Discord channel for anyone interested in watching. We have Wally State going up against Wiley. Wally State is currently 7-1 on the season with a 4-1 in-conference record, while Wiley is struggling at 1-6 with a 1-3 in-conference record. Wally State clearly has the edge in this game, scoring 38.1 points per game versus Wiley's 14. Wiley is going to need a huge performance out of QB Spencer Petras, who's thrown for 1,133 passing yards and 9 touchdowns on the season. That is the majority of Wiley's touchdowns. Wally State is just going to have to come out and do what they've been doing all year and continue to score, led by their QB, who's thrown for 14 touchdowns on the season with 1,327 passing yards, as well as wide receiver Damon Ward, who has 617 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns, and 20.6 yards per game on the season. Wally State is currently a minus 500 favorite with a spread of minus 18.5. The total over-under for the game is 52.5. For all the sports bettors out there, lead FanDuel analyst NC likes Wally State to cover the spread against Wiley U, a Romeo upset over Zy City, Gianti over on yards, as well as Winterfell's Donovan Green to score a touchdown against K-Town. Watching the SAE Today show here on the SAE 12 network. Make sure to follow all of our socials, as well as subscribe to SAE 12 Plus to get constant and immediate updates on anything and everything that has to do with the SAE 12 conference. I'm your host, Tyler Hopping, Phi Alpha. If you're a fan who'd like to be a guest on the SAE 12 network to voice your thoughts on anything going around in the league, please shoot us a DM on the SAE 12 conference page.